You want me to stop?
Apparently, Catherine's too old, Heathcliff's too white, and the movie is too erotic. None of that is the real problem. Race, age, sex, these are easy arguments. They take 5 seconds of thought, and the real issue is it's a 2-hour-plus love story in which by the end, you feel absolutely nothing. That's a much bigger issue than casting discourse. I was actually anticipating this movie because, opposed to popular belief, men can like these too. As a big Paul Newman fan, I've seen plenty of romance movies, and as a result, I know if you don't care by the end, they've done something wrong. If you some reason don't know the story, then you have no reason to be here, like, what were you thinking? Yeah, there are the aforementioned changes, race, age. Some complain about the trailer music, I mean, who gives a shit? But those who say it's less complex and more conventional, then may be accurate. The thing is, it's not in a good way, because for a long movie that definitely drags, we don't get too much in the form of development. You know, the make you want to keep watching thing. This is mainly because our two leads, played by Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, basically stay the same way throughout most of the movie. Yeah, the acting and chemistry is really good, you can't deny that. I wouldn't say it's particularly amazing. And even though the base narrative is altered in a few ways, it's still the base narrative. And I kinda think that's the issue. I don't know if it's a hot take, but the events of that story don't really fit in to a movie, at least not one this long. I mean, granted if the two were somewhat interesting, that may fix it, but they're not. Catherine's personality doesn't change at all no matter what happens. It's kind of fun at first, but at some point you want emotion, and you don't get that because it's never taken seriously. Then you have Heathcliff, and well, I don't know about you, but I don't see empathizing with him by the end. Especially in this day and age, unless you're into certain things. In the same vein, almost nobody in the movie is likable. In fact, I can't think of anybody, to be honest. I can look past that as the ideal mood they're trying to set if a few things happened. But they don't. I just sat through thinking, okay, half an hour in, what's next? Then almost an hour left. How are they gonna fill that? Oh, half an hour to go? What the fuck? I'm gonna kill myself. So the end result is, and I'd assume you know the end, you should, you don't feel anything. You don't care. You're just glad it's over. I can see the comments right now, you don't understand the message, you're not old enough, all that shit. Well, I do understand that a piece of literature, no matter how famous, doesn't automatically work if done incorrectly. That's idiotic. The story needed to fit as a movie, and the way to do that would have been making me care. Instead, you just go from scene to scene, watching the same people act the same way, and that's the movie. It's great. Everybody! Assholes! I get that it's more of a contemporary reinterpretation, emphasizing passion, desire over a faithful period drama, but it doesn't fix the underlying issues. The debate whether it's too erotic, all the other dumb controversies, don't mean a thing to me because I already stopped caring. When I read the comments saying it's intoxicating, a twisted tale, all that dumb shit, I know what the underlying issue is. It's all they got. They're banking on those elements. I wouldn't call this any of those things, maybe on occasion it leans too heavily there. Yeah, it's got its own unique style, visuals, a strong production design, it looks great, I'd be surprised if it didn't, but that's where the positives kind of end. The way it looks, and the overall acting. If you watch a couple scenes, you'll like it fine, and I kinda get the idea. It's what a lot of these reviewers do, because I don't see watching the whole movie and saying, yeah, that was good.
Are you fucking retarded?
For a while it does work, but at some point it completely loses me. Like it was a given, you get a sense of you'll watch it and you'll like it, because style. I'm not gonna complain about the violence or cruelty, toxic behavior, destructive opposed to romantic, no real hero. All that stuff is fine. in the right setting, but if you watch this not knowing it was an adaptation, you would wonder what was going on. Like, who thought this up? It's too bad because I think the original story is unique enough to make it a decent movie, just not this one. Unlike the gaming channel, check it out, it's linked down below. It's got the same kind of content with games. Hope to see you there. In Wuthering Heights, it really does take the easy road, and that's a shame. The potential was definitely there, but all you really get out of it are nice visuals and 2 hours of mostly the same thing. I really hope they do the classic tale justice, but there are ways to not write a love story, and this movie excels at those.
And you wasted my time!
I normally say don't see it in the theater, or ever, but it's Valentine's Day this weekend, so if she's picking the movie, you may have no choice. If that's you, let me know what you thought about Wuthering Heights down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe down below, share it if you can, and hit the bell to get notified because recommendations are not coming. I'm the cinema analyst because somebody has to be.